Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Hashem, Wakwak Kwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to my Akim Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, I had seen this video a long time ago. I think I did a video on this before, but I don't remember. I could be wrong about that. But I think there was a different version, maybe. I could be wrong about that, but again, the thing is, the reason why I'm doing this now is because there were certain things that I had heard that really made me more so want to make a lesson on this now, because it's very applicable. And the thing is that when it comes to a lot of the things that the devil is doing to not just us but people in general, it's very it's very blatant. All right, it's like if I were the devil, and it's like you also have to think about it like this, because it's so easy for someone to just think, this is the antagonist, this is the protagonist, in a story, in just a regular story. Like, say for example, Superman. All right, Superman's the good guy, Darkseid's the bad guy. Darkseid is trying to kill people. It's just so blatantly obvious to see the antagonist and the protagonist, and see which side you want to root for. All right, it's so easy to see that, but when you get into stuff that's a bit more ambiguous, all right, because rather than making it so blatantly obvious by saying, I want to kill people, I want to do this and a third, the devil does it in a different way, which people they don't even seem to realize the trap that Esau has them in, and how he is destroying them gradually rather than all at once. And as a result of that blindness, the true protagonist is viewed as the bad guy, and then the antagonist is viewed as the good guy. That's how things are. And it's so funny to me how people just aren't incapable of seeing who wants better for them, and who wants them to be destroyed. Where it's just like we're watching the 2/3. Let's just say 2/3, for example. We're watching the 2/3 have freaking Stockholm syndrome, loving Esau, the man who raped, robbed, and murdered. And then it's like, hold on, let me get this, because this is another precept over here.
And because he's still man, he still has a lineage. He still has ancestors.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So over here, you have Jake that has these quote unquote gifts of, let's say, the phone, which, by the way, I think in the video it said I would make people stop or pray less and less until they eventually stopped, because rather than having their hands together, they would have their hands, which we don't pray with our hands together anyway, but you get the point. But rather than having your hands together, your hands are on your phone. All right, so people's attentions, people's time are taken up more and more by these random stuff like phones, computers, technology in general, honestly. All right, where people, they don't care about any of the spiritual aspects of it, which they don't care about the spiritual aspects of stuff, so they're just more focused on, okay, well, I want to play this newest games, check my social media, Instagram, TikTok, X, whatever. All that different stuff is what takes their time, what takes over their time, rather than
56 to 58, even though they mistranslate.
Rather than takes over their time, rather than thinking about Yahawadah, praying to Yahawadah, or doing something that's productive in general. All right, speaking to myself first and foremost, because that's something that I have issue with. All right, where I've always loved playing video games and stuff like that, but now I definitely see how I definitely see how this gets in the way of stuff. This is just like, this gets in the way. This makes me say like, okay, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, or I want to spend my free time on this, the X, Y, and Z. But thankfully, the Spirit and power of YAHAWAH and MANASHAH, the Lord, helped me find different ways to actually, limit that. Where I definitely, and again, this is just at most, I guess, if you want to call it that, some advice, some personal advice that on how I solve my issues. It's not necessarily, oh, you all have to copy me, all right? Because different brothers have different ways of handling their stuff. So you can definitely use what I do, or you don't need to. You don't feel obligated. But basically, what I do, I set alarms throughout the day for when I'm home. And then when I know, or Slocky, let me correct myself. If I know I'm going to be home, I put an alarm at a certain time, like an hour after I get home. And then, okay, so right there at this time frame, I have to pray at this, remember X, Y, and Z, like just certain stopping points for me to say, okay, you know what? Now is the time for me to pray. Now is the time for me to remember YAHAWAH and MANASHAH, rather than just go the rest of my day saying, oh, I need to only do this. I need to focus on playing games while I'm free, or whatever the fuck. Okay, which again, this is all a part of Esau's plan, where he doesn't want us to be focused on doing the right thing. He wants us to focus on being these demonic creatures with no spirituality on us. All right, he doesn't care about YAHAWAH because he's the devil. The devil wants us to be filled with doing literally anything else. Okay, so yeah, that was one of the things. Basically, the phone, rather than praying, you could go literally anywhere. You go to the bathroom. You don't even need to worry about hooking your stuff up, plugging in, and all that stuff. You could literally have your phone while you're on the bathroom, doing literally whatever you want. All right, and then as a result of that, less and less time. There's less and less time for you to be doing things, because either you're gonna be working, or you're gonna be on your phone. And even then, that was another thing where because so many people they need money, they're working more. All right, they don't have any time for their children. All right, so if you have kids and your kid is barely seeing you, maybe they live with you, sure, okay, that's fine. But if your kids are barely seeing you, as in like they're not getting that important development of being able to speak to their parents, like, okay, my father is telling me about this, my mother is telling me about that, teaching me this, more morals and more. If they don't have that important thing for their growth, then they are gonna they're not going to grow up properly. And that's what it's like, a fatherless home, but yet the father is actually there. All right, but again, like, that's a result of the economy and how Esau is making things worse for your average citizen. The average citizen can't provide for not just themselves, but their family in general. You have to make more money in order to take care of your family. All right, and that's why you got people working multiple jobs. Like before, it used to be just a random thing. But now multiple people have multiple jobs in order to support just themselves, mind you. All right, multiple people. Again, and sometimes the women can't, even women that are married, they can't just be stay-at-home moms or housewives and stuff like that. They have to go get a job because they can't support, because their husband, who is working one or two jobs or whatever, isn't making enough for both of them. So like, that's, again, it's not even their fault. This is just how Esau has made the society, all right, destructive to the people. But he at the top is still thriving and still enjoying his life, all right. Continuing on.
I don't know how I never saw
Sirach chapter 12 verse 3, there can no good come to him that is always occupying evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. So if this is how Esau is making this society, then it's just like
22, 23. If anyone does
like
not love the
Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, he covered the face of the judges thereof, if not, where and who is he? So how is it that this man Esau Edom is not the devil when he is continuously and continuing to destroy the people rather than helping the people? Nothing, things are not getting better, they are getting worse. 10 years ago it was easier. 20 years ago it was easier. I don't know, what, 30 years ago, a man could get a simple job at McDonald's, or maybe not McDonald's, but I don't really know, but he could get a simple job somewhere and without a college degree, and he could take care of himself and his family. But now that's not possible anymore. All right, you literally need so much a well-paying job in order to make it, in order to take care of it, to live. All right, and even then you're not even living, you're just living to go to your next job, spending all your hours barely sleeping, all right, just to make ends meet. And again, this is all Esau. So let me also get this before I continue on.
So I may not find a lot of prayers, Holy Spirit.
Matthew chapter 7 verse 16, ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? So you're going to see these people, you're going to know who the devil is by their fruits. And what do we see from Esau's fruits? Destroying the people. But yet again, like, oh, we're the problem. Like,
Because they didn't write down everything they said.
come on, let's be for real. How and it's so ridiculous to me. It's so infuriating that
in one of the, I think it was
we're still
Acts. But when
us as Israelites are still demonized and being talked about terribly and all that stuff. It's just like,
Spirit saying
I don't know. It's ridiculous. We're literally telling you who the devil is. We're telling you who is, the problem and all that stuff. And then, okay, well, it just does not matter.
well,
It doesn't matter to them. The only thing that matters is, let's keep,
in heaven,
let's
of course, okay. I see
this is just the norm. Oh, it's fine. I actually, funnily enough, I had gotten a comment on one of my videos when I spoke on the terrible state the economy is in. All right, and someone laughed. Someone put a laugh, LMAO or whatever the fuck, and said that's just how things are, and stuff like that. Like, that's so. That's how you know they're the devil. That's how you know who the devil is. Like, this society, Babylon. All right, Babylon is pushing this to be the norm, where you literally need to have multiple jobs, and the economy continues to grow worse and worse for the average person. But yet, the leaders show no signs of attempting to improve the state of the economy. They're making it worse. They're still taking more and more of the wealth from the average person for themselves. So how is that? How are we just gonna say, oh, that's fine, that's norm, that's whatever, stuff like that? You just don't even give a fuck about common decency and sense. Like, this is an evil ass world. But of course, the reason behind that is because of what they're planning. What's that one dude say? You will own nothing and be happy. Where they want to, the rich, the top elites, they want to own everything. They want to make sure that nobody has anything to own. And then when the rich own everything, then guess what? Oh, they're just gonna control they're gonna control everything. They're gonna tell people what to do. All right, that's their plans. All right.
good explanation.
And what's so funny? Because there was some more in here.
What will I ask him in his name? He'll do it when I go to the Father.
Over here, Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of the children which he shall leave. Okay, so this was another part of the thing where they don't even want the fathers to be in the lives of the children. So then that leaves the children up for prey, or leaves the children up to be indoctrinated without any sort of protection. Okay, the parents are supposed to be the protectors, but then when the protectors are gone, then it's just a prey left to be spoiled. All right, let me actually get that.
Talking back a little bit on that same model prayer, when it says hallowed by the name, what name? So in this case would be the name of Jesus, because that's what we're
No, name is authority. No. See, name in the Bible.
Sirach 36 verse 25. Where no hedges, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Basically, if the hedge, if the protection, if the man, the father, or whatever is not there, then what? All right.
Why were people given certain names?
Then what? Then it's just okay. Well, let's just go take these kids, do whatever we want to them. There are tools now, or whatever. Like, that's how evil these devils are. All right. And and it's so crazy to me that this is all in this thing. This is all in this video. They admitted to it, and how many people just. I'm not gonna lie. I was very curious about this thing. Who's listening to this and realizing how relevant, bro? This is not relevant. This is not just relevant. This is literal, like an open plan. Like, this is like, here's what we're actively doing to you guys. You guys are still too fucking stupid to realize that this is what we're doing to you. 2 million people saw this, and then what? Barely anyone registered what this actually is. You think that your government cares about you?
When it says hallowed be thy name,
Ridiculous.
that means may your creatures recognize your worth, recognize your nature,
This is coming true. No, this has been true.
your worthiness. That's all it means.
He's describing, and I'm not gonna lie, like, these people are so fucking stupid. It's just, obviously, okay, Slakia, but obviously they realize that they're talking about Babylon, America, whatever the fuck, but it's like they just don't seem to realize, or they can't put two and two together, that this was all by design. Like, this is literally intentional. This wasn't by mistake. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, they genuinely think that, oh, this is a mistake. Oh, this is a thing that we need to fix. Like, no, this is literally by design. This was literally their intentions. But
amazing.
they can't put two and two together.
Learn a lot.
That's a modalistic, heretical position. If you're a modalist, then you're a heretic. You need to repent. God is not one person. Nonetheless, we caught it. In fact, I'm going to even show it to you in the verses that they even quote to you.
So he was described. So this dude said, or this person said, Amy Youngblood, 64. He or she said, I'm pretty sure it's a she, maybe. They said, actually was describing what was happening in his era. So in 1965, I think it was, and then how it still applies today. That's basically what's going on.
So when Jesus says, I manifested your name to the men whom you gave me out of the world, don't tell me that means I told them your name is Jehovah. They already knew that.
Correct.
So what does it mean I have manifested your name?
Whatever. Anyway, continuing on, let's go. John 8 verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And that's what's going on here, where this devil, it's baffling to me how he can lie so easily, and how people are still, they know he's a liar, and they still just believing it. They'll take his word at face value. They do not care. All right. Sirach chapter 10 verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority the city shall be inhabited. And that's what's going on here, where this unwise, evil ass leader, all right, Esau Edom, he's destroying his people. and they don't even see it.
You know
All right.
more perfectly and clearly. I think
So yeah,
more clearly, and I will continue
let me
to review.
just in conclusion.
That's why
In conclusion, basically, this is what is the issue. The issue is that
society has done.
these people are not smart. The
All other versions, right? I manifested your name. Reveal
even if they hear it,
yourself.
like they don't,
Yeah.
they think that this is like some prophecy or whatever. It's not just a it's not even a prophecy. It is the outline of their plan, and it worked. All right, like
What you are like.
it's just what they do, what they did, what they do, and it's still working.
That's what it means. Any good Bible dictionary will tell you name, Hebrew Shem or Greek onoma, means character,
They think that this is so.
being.
It's like no one really
Right.
understands.
I have shown them what you are like. I have shown them who you are.
No one understands
Go on and us.
what's going on and how this was intentional.
Reveal their name.
All right.
God's reputation, character.
Character. Yeah.
They think that that this is some freak accident, or we need to make a change X, Y, and Z, or we need to come together and all that stuff. No, there is no coming together, because that's what Esau. This is the trap that Esau had laid intentionally to destroy the people, and this is what is genuinely happening to the people. They are being destroyed.
But you get the idea. It looks like NIV.
This is it. All right.
NIV. Let's see.
So yeah, with that, I pray that this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, SIMEON, YAHAWASHI, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, above all, shalom.